Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great day. I hope all of you folks in Texas and the path of that hurricane are all um, dry. Good morning, Lag. Good morning, Bob Crack. Good morning, Ping. Hope all of y'all are having a great day today. Um, Sounds like Beth, who's down in Houston, reseller rowboat, she's going to be without power for a few days, but she has a generator, I believe. Good morning, Mike. Hope you're doing well down wherever you're at, because I can never remember whether you're still down in Florida or whether you're back up north. But I'm hoping you're having a good day. Um, Good morning, Vintage. Good to see you this morning. Where is it at? There it is. Let me check something real fast. Okay. Um, Danny Morrison. Yes, they have a Generac. So Beth and them, I guess, are maintaining. Yes, it is a good day. Any day is a good day to be alive. No matter how bad your trials and tribulations are, if you're alive, it's a good day because you have the opportunity to change the bad things that's going on in your life. There's your motivational speech for the morning. Go team. Like you're rushing it this morning, aren't you? Any cool sales? Uh, I actually sold some stuff on Marketplace, Facebook. Would you get the hell down? I am just not in the mood this morning. Pardon me if I don't fall down in front of you while I'm trying to get this blessed mouse. So there's your laugh for the day. The flying Roxy, that's right. Uh, what was I talking about? Before we go into the sales, yesterday after I left the show, I went outside and did some work in the yard. Bad mistake. I thought I would. I thought I was going to kill over last night. I was only outside for about an hour doing stuff like blowing the lawn and just picking up crap out of the yard. Because, excuse me, I don't know where all this paper comes from. But anyway, it just sucked the life out of me. So anyway, other than that, yesterday was an uneventful day. I didn't even look at eBay yesterday. So back to Lag's question: any good sales? I didn't sell anything on eBay, but I sold some snare drum stands and some parts for I think they're called high tops. The drums where the cymbals that you press on the pedal and they clap together. I had a couple of those that were broken, and I sold those to a guy. So it was about $100 worth of sales. Good morning, Felix. I didn't see you come in. Todd is still pillaging in the from his Viking cruise, so I guess he'll be back sometime next week. I'm gonna say right now I am not going to be doing a show tomorrow. So if anybody wants to do one, feel free to do so. My wife is off tomorrow, so we got some things that we need to take care of. You lost me on that one. Did I miss something somewhere at the motorboat thing? Anyway, that because I'll be if you're talking to me, lag, I'll be doing good to get through today's show because I have absolutely nothing to talk about. So y'all better get talkative and let's get some discussions, or somebody better get in here with me. Um, I'm kind of doing more on Facebook Marketplace than I was. Oh, that sucks. What is it? Everybody's having to have stuff repaired. I got a price yesterday to. Our meter box was put in during the '70s and it's just falling apart. So it's going to cost about $5,800 to have that thing swapped out. Yeah, I will. I will. Um, but I'm glad you're getting your water heater put in. Oh, that's sad. I a couple of pickers. I'm trying to remember who they are. I'll have to go check it out. I don't remember. Um, but we're sorry for their loss. Uh, you had to replace the windshield wipers because it was so hot. What's the temperature over there in Fahrenheit, Felix? You do it for 4.5K. Yeah, lag. I'm not sure about your electrical skills. You got a guy. Everybody's got a guy. The guy that said quoted me 5,000. It's like $5,800 roughly. He's my guy because he's switching the meter box off. There's a bunch of other upgrades that has to be done to meet code. So I'm just going to let it ride for a little bit longer. 18,000 BTUs isn't doing anything. Oh, jeez. Oh, that 110. Screw that. Y'all can keep it. I'm gonna take my camper and set it up in Nikki's backyard in Wisconsin, no, Minnesota. Yeah, I know how that is, Mr. Sadie. It's 118 now. No, thank you. But it's what also it's in the afternoon for you. What about 3 in the afternoon? I'll just have to stick with my man if I haven't done. Because we're honestly the God thinking about tearing this place down and putting a duplex or a triplex here. Because we can do that now because our county is trying to get rid of single family housing. So if I build a triplex, that would be for each one of my sons, and that's what you're getting. Holy cow. Felix, you got to be making some jack, dude, to have a $2,000 a month power bill. Wow. Like, that's what concerns me, what kind of quick corners you will cut. I'm sure it is. But still, 2,000 a month for 3 months or 4 months. Jeez. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Well, you're not the three sons I were referring to. Because you know that daggum Doug will be wanting to muscle in too, and he'll be wanting a fourplex. Oh, yeah. I bet your pool gets hot. It becomes a hot tub during the summer. Yeah, that's me. We keep getting postcards from the adoption agency that we use for Sergey asking if we're interested in expanding our family. No, I would love to. If I was as rich as Felix and Todd and John, Grumpy John, I might we might consider it because we don't have a little girl. But I guess they're trying to place kids out of Russia because that agency is just they only do Russia. Oh wow! I bet your water bill is hell too, Felix. I told Roberta I said we needed to build a cottage up north and just keep going back and forth. Become a snowbird. Really? How far are you from the shore, the ocean, the sea, whichever's closest to you, Felix? Because I know they do a lot of desalination over there. Oh, okay. Um. So what else? What else has been going on with everybody else? Anybody having any big sales, making lots of money? I don't know. I'm the cool. Do y'all go lay out on the beach? Okay, lay down. Lay down. I'm not. I just don't feel it this morning, Rocks. Sorry, I know that's what y'all come on here to watch is me fighting with the cats. Lay down. Um, and they haven't paid. How dare they? You sold them both for 50K. Well, it might be on the sand, but the beach can be a little ways off, Mr. Sadie. My I had have a cousin who used to live, well, actually still lives in Folly Beach, South Carolina, which is a suburb of Charleston, South Carolina. And her house used to be three. It was the ocean, beach, row of houses, a street, a row of houses, then her house. After Hugo came through, she is now front. She's beachfront, and they had to remodel the house so the front of the house actually looked out over the ocean. Or well, you need to send him a reminder notice. Good morning, Tactical Z. So is everybody? We're going. Felix is where it's 110 degrees. You folks out in Texas, are y'all sort of drying out? Is it still flooded out there? I haven't looked at the news. When I look at the news, it's something to do with that stupid election. Oh, you live in Mount Pleasant. Cool beans. Oh, you lived in Mount Pleasant. Uh, I lived in Goose Creek until I was 13. Tactical. Damn, I wish some. You know, Mr. Sadie, Felix needs to give some of these expenses away to watches away to his colleagues, right? I'll take something. I'll take something nice and trim. Gold will be okay. Nothing with diamonds because that makes you look like a pimp. Dang. If I had 350 million, I don't believe I'd be doing something besides buying watches for my colleagues. I would say thank you. It's been great doing business with you. Here's your Timex because it'll take a licking and keep on ticking. Well, that's nice. I promise you, if I sell a business and then I get $350 million, I'll remember all of you folks with a $50. I mean, $50. I'll remember you with a little something. I can send you a case of corn. Hey, Roberta would like that. I think that's one of the things on her itinerary is to go down to the farmer's market, take my mother to the farmer's market in Columbia tomorrow and get some corn. Are y'all still staying busy, Mr. Sadie? Not having any problems getting produce, or do y'all import all your produce? Good morning, John. He's not Lederhausen Hosen. John, he's Viking this time. He's robbing and pillaging the villages along the Rhine. Because around my part of the state, corn is looking a little dry. We're in a drought. And I'm sure you Texas folks are going, well, you can have all the water you want. Just come down here and get it. Yeah. Be buying some gold and silver. Um, if you haven't watched Godfather, then you're a sad human being. But then there's one, I think it's. No, it's not The Godfather. It's Casino. Uh, Joe Pesci's character's wife, they've been on vacation in Europe, and they comes back and he's got all this gold, I mean, all these diamonds stuck up in her dude. Now this was during the '60s, so women wore that piled high hair. She had diamonds up in it. So I guess when Todd comes back, Gwen will have all poofy do, and she'll have gold bars stuck up in hers. Trying to get through the customs and not paying taxes and whatnot. It's always sunny in Delaware. Okay, Mr. Sadie. I thought y'all you imported from everywhere. Um, there is a guy, and some of you might watch him. He's down in Florida, and his father and he have a farm or have farmland. I don't know whether they actually farm on it, but he buys Chinese electric vehicles, and he bought a little front end loader, not a front end, a little backhoe, I guess you would say, and he has a time with his little electric vehicles and trucks and whatnot. Good morning, Patrick. Um, I've only imported 3, thank you kindly. You can grow that stuff legally here in parts of the country now, Felix. You don't have to import it. I think that's the reason they're legalizing it more and more states is because they want to get that tax money off of it and knock down the imports. Well, there used to be magazines, lag, but I don't know how that works now. Because I didn't import. I imported my wife from North Carolina because I was living in South Carolina. Felix, I've always wanted a liquor store because when times are good, liquor sells. When times is bad, liquor really sells. Yeah, hook him up. Yeah, they should have. It's like in North Carolina, say, Mr. Sadie, they have. They're always, they keep just doing more and more about smoking and smoking and smoking. I don't know why they don't get rid of it. Just outlaw it. But do you know why they don't outlaw it? Because the taxes are that $4 a pack of cigarettes they're getting in taxes would just eat that budget up. Nah, I partaked when I was young, but I don't anymore. I didn't smoke it like in a cigarette type form though. I like the Art Deco where you added water to it device. Only I didn't use water. I used a good red wine. Um, you can smoke in private clubs in North Carolina, but not down at the disco anymore, or restaurants or stuff like that. Texas, you need to put you up a solar array and get you a biogas generator and maybe some air, some wind doohickeys. Really, y'all are liberal up there. Yeah, there's a just only 21 to enter these private bars. Subject. There's a couple of clubs here in Charlotte. They have teen nights, what they call it, but it's for anybody that's a teenager and up to 20 years old because they can't drink. You know, they can't sell alcohol, and I think it's so they're building a clientele. So when they click over to that 21, they'll know where to go. Oh yeah, I guess there's LGBTQ plus whatever it is not too big of a subject in the Saudi. You're on guard duty in the hood. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't. I was assuming that you did not. You don't have too many of those flags flying around there, unless you're in one of the more liberal parts of the uh, the country. The sprawling ghetto of East Houston. I think you said they legalized it there. I'm just not into all that. I'm becoming a health nut like Anissa. As I sit here drinking my coffee and my Diet Coke or my Coke Zero. Oh no, my Diet Coke. Um, what do y'all got planned on for today? Y'all going to get out and do some listings? You're going to go out and shopping? You're going to stay in where it's cool? I know that's going to be hard for Mr. Sadie since he's jumping around warehouses and all that kind of stuff. Anissa, you admitted yesterday to not eating Little Debbie's because they have poison in them. First of all, that's sacrilegious, and two, that is a health nut. Um, yeah, Roberta wants to go down to make. I can't remember what the name of the town is. I don't even remember the name of the town in Texas. You go down there. It's right on the border. There's a gate you go through which has customs people in it. On the other side is a street full of pharmacies where you can get prescriptions filled. She wants to go down there and get her a year supply of everything we take. I'm sure they, Felix. I'm sure they have their all their paperwork. Yeah. People don't realize that they can run your company out of into the ground real fast. Like you start paying all those fines. You don't need hot dogs. Jeez. And this, you are just. I'm going to have your kids taken away from you because you are probably pushing your beliefs onto them, and that is just not right. And that when I said I'm going to take her kids away from her because she's abusing them, she probably has left the computer and she's packing right now and emailing me the address where to pick them up. So, Leg, what did you sell and how much did you sell yesterday? 10K, 3 items? You wouldn't know what to do. You just want Roberta to be in jail, don't you? Because one of them would roll their eyes and then it would be on. Or I bet your girls don't do that, do they? I bet your girls are great girls. They just do what they're told with a smile. I know. But there's days you would say, here's bus tickets. You're going to go live with Uncle Tom for a while, wouldn't you? Uncle Tom and Aunt Roberta. Because God knows I had days like that. Um, 2K, 4 items. It's slow. Well, for you that is slow. I'm surprised there's not more mothers in prison, Anissa. Because I know my mother probably prayed a lot. God, give me the strength not to kill this kid before he is old enough to kick out. No, I was a good kid. Because my dad would beat my ass. 17 years old, didn't matter. So why do you think everything is slow? Since only 2 people have said anything and they've said it's slow. Because that you've got precious granddaughters, Mr. Sadie. You've pushed the raising the sons out of your mind. Your wife remembers it. Mrs. Sadie remembers it. But all you've got is those precious granddaughters that have never, they just love their granddaddy to death. Yeah, well, I mean, people, this time of year, people are vacationing and maybe not buying all the crap that they don't need. And, and I mean, like us, we've put off some purchases till probably after the first of the year, just because we don't want to spend the cash until we find out what the hell's going on. And this and Scott's president, whether he stays or goes. Mr. Sadie, I'm assuming the Georgia State y'all's company stays busy all the time. People have to eat. Your granddaughters, I'm sure that's the way you think. Because you brag about them all the time. I I don't want to be in the Caribbean right now. This is hurricane season. Good morning from Mexico. Good morning, Major Win. We were just several people talking about going to Mexico. What are you buying down there? Are you on holiday? Spending all that eBay money you've made. Vintage, have a great day. Yeah, I'm sure that'd be a good industry to be in. Um, One of my brother's neighbors, he has a big garden, and he has some restaurants that come and they pick about every other day. They come in and pick tomatoes and some other vegetables. I think it's asparagus they get. Don't know why. Ooh. Oh, cool. Did you drive down there? Or are you looking for like things you can put in your suitcase and bring back vintage antiques? Okay. Well, y'all be careful down there. Leg wants to know if it's hot, Doug. We drove. Rose's parents have a house near a place called. Okay, I'm not even going to say it. Puerto Nuevo. Um, at the cookout I went to on Saturday, I took a couple of cases of. It's a Mexican beer. Anyway, they have a dark beer that's called Negre. Anyway, of course, the only black guy that was there, he says, "Tom, bring me a couple of those N words." And his wife just had to knock the hell out of him. It was chilly yesterday, supposed to be hot today. Lag wants to know if you, hey, Lag, maybe he can bring you a wife back. Cooking and cleaning. Good at cooking and cleaning is all it has to do, Doug. And Lag will be happy. I think he's trying to phase his mother out. Wow. Well, like I said, the these are like local restaurants. I mean, they even come as far as from Columbia and Columbia, South Carolina, and um, or Charlotte, which is about an hour away each direction from their house. And they come down there and get fresh tomatoes and cucumbers and. Don't worry about the brother. Worry about him a wife. I don't know what he's gonna do with her if he doesn't cook or clean. She doesn't cook or clean. Those are your people. Lag, you're a 40-year-old woman that lives in, no, excuse me, I believe Scott got that down to where your name is Andrew and you live in Delaware, a block off the ocean. What do you think those people would think if everybody started showing up at their house, knocking on the door, saying, "I'm looking for Lag"? So maybe he does need a wife because he's not in a basement, so he might be lying about his mama too. Even though a friend of mine he's Italian, like his both his parents were born here, but his grandparents on both sides of the family were born in Italy. Anyway, his wife is a blue-eyed, blonde-haired bombshell, and she always said that if his mother lives with him and has always lived with him, and she said if she ever divorces him, um, she's keeping the mother in the divorce. Because I don't think his wife's ever cooked. They come home from work, Mama's got food cooked, good food. She's not buying daggum out of the box. Oh, or were you not listening yesterday or the day before yesterday, Mr. Sadie, when Scott said that he had tracked him down to a Delaware address and his name was Andrew? Yeah, he's probably the one. He's probably the one that dropped that bag of talcum powder at the White House. Are y'all making sure the house is cleaned up before you leave, Lag? Gwen's going to be really ticked off if y'all have made a mess. Yeah, that's what I believe what Scott said was it was Lag's Electronics. Anyway, if you see a bride material of legal age, uh, see if you can bring her back to Lag. He'll have to give you all the contact information. Yeah, I think so. You know, I've thought that too. But Lag's a little bit too liberal for even for Bearded Picker to channel his inner liberal. When are y'all going to be back, Major? Doug? Your burner account? Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Sadie, sometimes he is. Sometimes I think I question his allegiance to the country. Burner account. A friend of mine that buys a lot of storage units, he bought a storage bin not too long ago, and he ended up having to turn it over to the police because it was a drug dealer's um, storage unit. And he said there must have been $20,000 worth of burner phones in that bin, alongside the, let's see, which my friend works for the CMPD, so he had to turn it in. The $100,000 worth of pills, a bunch of white stuff. So there was no there was no personal effects in it, so like there was no addresses or names, nothing, bills or anything like that, which is amazing because when you normally buy a storage unit, there's at least 4 boxes of unpaid bills in there. So I guess he was keeping all his bills paid. Anyway, I asked him about it a few weeks later if they had found out anything about it. He said no, they'd already disposed of all the narcotics. Yeah, I guess so, lag. I just don't trust any of them anymore. You know, you don't see. Yeah, some of them are a little bit extreme, but you don't see MAGA people tearing up the daggum cities like the liberal groups do. Um, that's Mr. Sadie, I have had to raise the price of my property. I'm getting too many calls, and I tell them, I said it was 900,000, but it's 1 million now because there seems to be such a great interest in my property. So did you sell it to them? Apparently, you forgot about a piece of property you own. Therefore, you might as well go ahead and sell it. Mr. Sadie's not right, even though he's from the. Mr. Sadie's from the meth capital and barbecue capital of the world, Missouri, Missouri, whatever. Well, that's just it, Mr. Sadie. They call wanting to buy this place, and I tell them how much it is, and well, I don't. We'll have to look at it to make sure, and have it looked at before we can make an offer. And I tell them, you're not buying the house, you're buying the dirt. Because that's what I like. I like dirt. Acres and acres of dirt. Matter of fact, this guy that I lease a piece of property to that he farms on, he called me, he said, hey, the property beside your piece is for sale. Why don't you buy it? I'll put my cows on it because it's already fenced in. I'm like, sure, I'll check into it. Oh, that reminds me. You folks better get his yard put back together before he gets home, because I know y'all been down there digging it up, looking for his gold he's got buried in tin cans in the backyard. Mr. Sadie should be a comic. He is funny. He could play poker and be a comic and support his wife. and his 12 granddaughters. Did you have a grandson or a great grandson or a great granddaughter, Mr. Sadie? He is gold. He his wit is just like comes from nowhere with the funny. And this, sir, your grandmother yet? I can't remember. Yeah, I have an expression called I kill me," Mr. Sadie. When I'm reversed, like, what are you laughing about? I said, I just thought about something, and I just made myself laugh. She said, that's a sign of getting old. Anissa, a buddy of mine, said the same thing, that he would never have any grandkids because three of his kids are just not interested in getting married. They like doing what they want to do, going where they want to. His son, or one of his sons, is gay and is married, and so he's like, well, I'll never have any grandkids from him. Hell, they've got four. They've adopted four kids. They've got they adopted a sibling group, and he said the least likely of his kids is the one that's giving him all his grandkids. Four. Youngest one was 9 months. The oldest one was 7. Or did I say that right? No. The youngest one was 9 months. The oldest one was 7. They're medical professionals. I hear you. Well, the two that still live at home better not bring home any grandkids, which you kind of know that in advance. But I don't have any grandkids either. I think Beth's got a couple. Bridget doesn't have any. Maggie has a couple. I agree with you. I truly I laugh at Mr. Sadie's bits of wisdom. No, and this is going to be a mama. She's not going to be no Grammy. She's going to be a mama. Either that or she'll be an Annie. Like people ask me what I want to be called if I become a grandfather. I tell them I want to be called Fred. I don't want to be called Grandpa, Pawpaw, Peepaw, Pop Pop. None of those. Just Fred. A nice Fred will do. Are you an only child? That's the reason you're spoiled. Your husband spoiled you too much. Oh, okay. I have two. Ping has two grandsons, and that is all I'm going to have. Well, married, don't have anything to do with anything anymore. Ping. Major win. My father-in-law was Poppy. My dad was Pop Pop. I just pulled it out of the air. Uh, my mom is my mother is Grams, and my mother-in-law is Granny. Paw Paw, you look like a Paw Paw, Mister Sadie. You know when because I worked for my dad because of the family business. At work, I referred to him as Brad. That was his name. Let me ask Brad. Let me do this. Brad this. And my mom said, "Why do you call your father Brad at work?" And I said, "Because I don't want to sound like I live in Dallas. Let me ask my dad." That sounded like I was a little kid. Well, that's pretty cool. That would be Anissa Glamour. All right, it's 10 o'clock. It's time to shut this dying horse down. Y'all have a great day. Try to stay cool. Try to stay dry. Try to make some money. And I said I wasn't going to have a show tomorrow. I don't know. I'll just have to see. No, I'm going to be Fred. And that just irritates the hell out of Roberta when I say that. I'll think about it. All righty. Y'all have a great. We'll be avoiding the cartel. When are y'all coming back, Major? Over the weekend? We'll see. Y'all have a great one. Take care. Bye.